Hello, everybody. How are you? Well, just want to report about the hot spots a little bit here and coming from my house right here. We got one to the center, which is not quite that far. It's only 6.11 miles. Outside edge is 5.5 miles, 4.35, 5.79. Only problem with this is, let's get rid of this. There really ain't that many. There's dirt roads, but there ain't. It ain't much of a dirt road. And basically, the reason why is this is part of uh, this over in here, and over in here is part of Camp Blanding. Okay, there's a highway that goes in between them, but they're used for different things. Okay, but there was a hot spot here yesterday. Okay, this one's today. It just already showed up, and this was yesterday. This one as well. This one. This one. And this one. This one is actually got regular heat. It updated since yesterday, so it's 498. That's what it was reading, and now it's reading. It got another one later on. I think. Let's look at it again. That's 20 UTC time. Let's see what time this other one is. Yeah, it was 20 minutes later. So this one and this one actually have the proper Kelvin, and so does this one. Now, this one was 19. This one's got to be later than that. Yeah, this one's 2120. This one was not on last night. I was going to make a video last night, and it kind of got too noisy around here, so I didn't get to make one. But if we blow out, you can see that there was a bunch in my area yesterday. Whole bunch. I mean, bunches of them. And one of the reasons why is yesterday I had to go to the doctor, and I had to go. Where do I have to go? I had to go over here to the doctor right there. And that's where it's at. I'm on. That ain't it. Anyway, that ain't it. It's hanging up, guys. It ain't wanting to move. Really? Um, I don't know. Damn. It's moving so slow. Something's wrong with it. It don't want to move, and it's pissing me off. Sorry. It's really it's aggravating me. I ain't gonna try to look for it, but it's over in this area right here. Okay, just over here. I had to go over here, and I was coming back across the bridge yesterday, which has got a little height to it. I seen this fire. I know that this one was really there. There was a fire out here in these woods, and it showed up. I seen it. I did not record it. I wish I had, but I was in the car and I was talking to my other half, and kind of hard to record something and drive at the same time. Y'all know that. So I didn't. I figured, well, I'd make a video on it. And this one, there's not really no roads to get to it. It's not that far away, but like I said, I can't really get to it unless I had a four-wheel drive. And then I ain't sure that I get to it because I'm not sure that it ain't got a fence. I know that right here, God almighty knows. God almighty, mighty knows. Sorry, guys. My dog just scared the living piss out of me. I'm sure y'all could tell. But anyway, this one it's not that far away. Okay. What was, I think we did this already, didn't we? 6 miles? Wasn't it 6 miles? 5 miles? Yeah, 6 miles to the center. 5 miles to here. It's not that far, but the only problem is all along this road right here, the main road that you would be getting there coming down this is Alligator, which we've been down that road before, and we went to the dead end, and you remember it was all woods. Okay, I mean there's a dirt road running somewhere right here, but you can't, you know what I mean? They don't go nowhere. Like this one will go down into here. It's like a little hunting trail. Some of them go around in here and there. You might not see them here, but they're really there. But as y'all see, there is a hot spot. It is close to me, and I really can't get to it. Not without a four-wheel drive and knowing that I can get in there. Because I do know that most of this area, like coming down this road, all of this is fenced off. You can't go through no dirt roads over here. And I know some of these roads that are back here, getting to some of this stuff back here, they're all fenced in as well. What is that? Well, you might get to some of these back into here. But the rest of them are dirt roads too. I mean, it's kind of hard to get the 218. It's a big... Yeah, it's a big subdivision I know where that's at. I've been there. Been here too. But it is what it is. Okay, guys. Just to explain, this is time-lapsed. I stopped talking at 7 minutes and 42 seconds of the video and had things to do. Got a lot of noise in the background. I had to stop. I'm just now getting back to it. That was at 1:30 this afternoon, and it is now 10:30 at night. But as I was showing you before, this particular one is 6.8 miles. Okay. But 2 more showed up since then, and the yellow ones disappeared. Okay. This is the one we were showing you to start with. And then this one showed up, and this one. And there's another one that is in here as well. Trying to get to it here. There it goes, way up there. And it's 49 miles away. But now I used to live up here. Well, actually, right there where that yellow spot is, right there, I used to live there. And that's not far away, and I know the area pretty well. And I can tell you that if I'd have went there, my daughter lives up there, but if I'd have went up here, I might have been able to got to some of this, but I doubt it. But there is a high voltage power line running right through it. We'll go down here to the road, and you can see the high voltage power line. Go down here and circle around a little bit so you can see them. High voltage power line, and they are the massive ones, as you can see. There's no play with them. They're the big ones. And they're out there in the middle of the woods. Sorta. I wouldn't say the middle of the woods, but it is woody there. A lot of farmland. You name it, it's out here. And I'm sure what we were, man, this thing's been acting funny. It was acting earlier, still doing it. But the power line runs through here, turns, goes there, and then turns and goes back up. This is US Highway 301. And then this is a road that runs along this, the St. Mary's River running across through there. Runs the borderline of the Florida-Georgia line. If we back out, you'll see it. See the blue line? They call that the St. Mary's River. And I've been hunting there many, many, many times, even before I lived there. Me and my brother-in-law went hunting on Thanksgiving Day in this creek, and it happened to be, it was low, it was real dry. We was in a John boat, and we run into we were, paddling it in a John boat, but the current was running pretty quick. It was kind of floating us along, which was fun. We were having fun. We took our rifles. We was doing some squirrel hunting, and we had 22s. We were just playing around. Well, we hit a limb, and it dragged him and rolled him, and then flipped me out of the boat, and then flipped him. It was fun. We had a good time. Cold, fun, but I don't know why I brought that up, but it's just something that's happened in the past. And you see the high voltage power line running right up through there and right on up into Georgia. And this one is giving us 462 Kelvin. And then the other two down here. Okay, come on. Or 3. That one is giving us 64,537 Kelvin. That one is 537 Kelvin. 485 Kelvin. Now, we've seen this one earlier today. This one's new, and so is this one. And the one up north. You see how the screen it's taking forever for it to just disappear or whatever. But anyway, there's more over here that's popped up. In fact, we're going to blow out. We're going to see the whole. Yeah, sorry. I'm going to get straight. Now, as you can see, that North Carolina, Virginia, Kentucky, there's one in West Virginia that I can see, one in Ohio, Indiana. Don't look like there's none in Illinois tonight. Pennsylvania's got some. There's one right here in Virginia. I did check around Washington. I did not see none there tonight like we have seen there in the past. But they're everywhere. I've seen Dutch showing one earlier out west. Don't know exactly. I think he was right in here somewhere. It was also an earthquake. It was somewhere out here, but I know he was showing one. And as you can see, there is a bunch. Now, what's bothering me is these places like this. This is down in Mexico. And when seeing them in big clusters like this, and 90% of them are reading the wrong temperature. Now, I'm not saying that they're fake, But I am saying that the machine is giving us a very big false reading of some sort that is not being casted as being what it is or what it might be. But it is one of those things. And most of all of them that are like this, that are all cluttered up like this, generally reading the 64,537 Kelvin. Um, why? I don't know. They just are. See? 64,537 Kelvin. They just by randomly checking, you see it for yourself. You know, why? I don't know. They are doing it for whatever reason. Now, there's other ones that read it that are singly by themselves. And I'm not going to try to go through all of these and show you how many there are because the video will take all night long. But I did want to show you. Now, South Florida's still got some yellow and some red. These yellows may have gotten to where they are today's, but they're early today. 14:30 UTC time, so they're early. This one is 15. That one's also 15. Sorry, guys. See, here's one right here. 64,537 Kelvin. Now, it's by itself. That's one reading the same thing. We've been having a lot of them down here in South Florida. There's another one. That's 515. Damn. There's another one. That one says 651. But as you see, that one reading wrong. So is that one. See, there's a bunch of them that are doing that. Now, down here, they're not always like that. They're generally the other way. And you got them all over the place. Like we had the one that was up here, this one up here. This one reads that way. But the one right underneath it doesn't. And neither does this one. But earlier today, when we were first showing you in the early part of the video, which is 295 running right through in here, which I could see this, and I told you that I could see it coming across the bridge. This one, that was yesterday. Now, today, there's another one in the same area, so that leads me to believe that there's still a fire over there. It's probably, the way it looks, it's probably a forest fire, because this is all, it's either all wooded land or could be a little bit of swamp. I don't know for sure, but it does have a high voltage power line running through it. So it might not all be swamp, it's just woods. Okay? And could be on fire somewhere. Probably not here, but probably over here somewhere. Or it could be something running through there with a high voltage power line. I don't know that, but I know that there was a fire over here in this area yesterday. And like I said, probably still is. Don't know that. We'll have to check with the other map. So hold on. Okay, we're over here, so we're going to have to find another map. Let's get one that's a little closer. Okay, this one here, or to come in here and show us where we're at. Let's see if there's a hot area. Yeah, see, there's two hot areas right there. See it right there? That looks like a fire. And that's about where it's at. we go back to the other one, yeah, that's oops, let's back out a little bit. Yeah, see that's about where it's at from, the little dip down in Florida right there. It's somewhere there about right in there. So let's go back. See, there's a little dip. So it's right in there. So that is an actual fire because it's long and linky. See it? Yeah, that's definitely what that is. Looks like another one right there, a great big one. There's actually a couple, 3 or 4 of them that are pretty large. Big spots. Now, around me, the one that's south of me, which is this one, southwest of me, it doesn't show up. It did not show up. Let me rephrase that. It did not show up. This one here, it might be a little bit too west of me, but I had the camera pointing over there, the camera that I run all day long, which will go there. Hold on. So you see the time right now, 10:45, and I had the camera pointing in. Let's change cameras. Hold on. We were pointing in this direction, which now you can't see nothing but the light. This direction over here is where we probably seen it. Whoa. Oh, come on. Really? Come on, man. There. Right out in here. Shining out here. Sorry about the street like car coming down the road. But over in here, I didn't see any smoke today. Okay? But that doesn't mean that it wasn't there. It could have been further over here behind the house over here. Because that right there is west, and this was southwest of me. I would have thought that it might have shown up right here, but it really didn't. Okay, so there ain't much I can do about that. I got 2 cameras. One's pointing south, one's pointing north, or northeast, which would be this one. This one is pointing northeast. If it was pointing more to the left, it would have been okay. You're getting to see a plane fly over, which I'm going to be quite honest with you. This is going to lead us into some things to talk about right now. I ain't been talking a whole lot. Y'all all know why. I mean, you really do. I mean, no one has to tell you what's going on. No one has to tell you what's happening out there. There's a lot of things going on. I don't want to lose my channel for telling you the things that I want to tell you, but things can happen that way. But now I want to tell you something. I had told y'all earlier that I had to go to the doctor yesterday, and this is a doctor that I'm a diabetic. Okay, I'm one of them diabetics that's they can't keep control. I can't keep my diabetes under control. It's there a lot. Okay. And the doctor that I'm going to see, now, I've been seeing her for about a year, has always been against the you know what. You know, the roll up your sleever. But yesterday she was doing her absolute hardest to try to get me to take the roll up your sleever. There's another plane down there. That's why I scrolled down. And, you know, I was disappointed. And I says, I'm just not going to take that out. There's certain people I don't trust. And I named them. And she didn't say anything about them. But she did say, I did the research and uh, I did mine and my better half did his. We both took two different kinds, and I think her better half is a DR2. But when we first started talking, she was all against it at first. So now I'm confused. What happened to her? Did they make her do it? And now she is switched in? I don't know. It's kind of weird. When I say that, and then when I say that, you know, it does have the mRNA in it, meaning that, you know, the high-powered new frequencies that are out there could be manipulated into this being reality. You think? Now, this is why I don't trust it. Of just what you're seeing right here. Real or not real? Can it be or can it not be? Look, for something that's been so publicized for so long, and it's really no worse than any other particular virus that we've had every year for years, with the common flu, the common cold. Some of these flus have gotten stronger over the years. I don't disagree with that, but that's because someone is trying to make a roll up your sleever for all of them. But my point and your point and everybody else's point is we all know they only want 500,000 people in the whole world. What's the best way to create massive type thing? They've had this particular thing. Also made many, many movies of zombie apocalypse. Will Smith made a movie uh, with those type of people. They've had hundreds of zombie movies and TV shows. And why? Everything they've ever made in a video, not in a video, in a movie, like Star Trek, futuristic type things, like zombies, this, that, and another, it's always come true, have they not? Well, the zombie thing ain't never happened yet, but most everything else that they have talked about have. But yet we all know that they're playing God with a lot of things. Does it mean anything important? Yeah, it does. That's just like all the things that are happening in our country and government at this present time that's making things seem a little unethical with the things that are happening. DC locked down with fences. People talking about things that you just wouldn't think they'd be talking about. They live, we sleep. See? This is just a little thing you might want to listen to.
New and is promising is called the RNA vaccine. With RNA and DNA, instead of putting that shape in, you put instructions in the code to make that shape. You put instructions in the code to make that shape.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Yeah, you heard it. I didn't say it. You know, I didn't say it. Oh my God, I didn't say it. But you know what it means, right? Oh, well. Really? And just out of curiosity, is this bothering anybody? Now, what I don't understand about all of this is that, you know, England has never had racism. They never had an issue with it. Why now all of a sudden? And this particular woman handled it, and then she's on here with a young girl. And what does the headline say? But yet you see this, and you heard it for yourself. No ifs, no ands, no buts.
One final way that's new and is promising is called the RNA vaccine. With RNA and DNA, instead of putting that shape in, you put instructions in the code to make that shape. You put instructions in the code to make that shape.
Yeah, you put in the code to make that shape. Wow. But there you go. Are we headed for this? I'm just asking. What do you think? Another 1941? Really? Watch
You
this.
look lovely.
Thank you, so do you.
Before we get into it,
Really? I don't know. What do y'all think? It's kind of weird. But to go back to where we were at and what we were talking about, things that we can't talk about, or things we can talk about, or maybe it's the things we can't talk about. Who knows? You see all the spots See them all. They're all here. Has there been any major earthquakes? Which I don't think there has been much of anything off the charts in the last day or two anyway. Several days ago, they was, as I was going to go on up, it was an 8.1. And there was some 7s and some 6s and some 5s all in the same area. One, oh, there's one. Never fails when I turn this thing on. That bell's going to ring. I don't care. It's going to ring. There's a 5.8 that happened not too long ago on the big letter D, which I'm sure that Dutch told y'all about earlier today, or maybe not. That may have just showed up. Who knows? It happened at 12:37 UTC time. I'm sure he did handle this because that was earlier today. So, you see it. It's been an ongoing thing down in that area. But I just figured we'd turn it on and see actually what's going on. Let's go down to where it says 3. And let's go up to 4s. Still too many. Let's let it run around one time and let it change. It will change 3 times. Nothing in the United States. Yeah. Not much. Not. We got them turned up to 4. Nothing major's happened in the last, let's see, 24, 48, about 36 hours. No, 48, maybe 56 hours. Map just changed to the other one. But there you go. I just wanted to show you the map while we were doing this. Bring us back into our map where we're at. Talk about, go back to where we were. Now you see that this one's just changed, and you know it was the 10th. It's at 1600 UTC time, and it is 11:11. So it just changed at 11 o'clock. So we know that 16. That's been enough time for it. And this one's still red, and that was at 20. So we still got 4 hours. 4 hours left before that one will change. So now I'm gonna change early in the morning. But there you go, folks. Been a long, lovely update. Hopefully it'll stay above float and stay online, and maybe everybody can see it. So with that, much love to everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to an old man tell you things that he believes in. Whether y'all believe in them or not, that's neither here nor there. And it doesn't matter. I'm just giving you some heads up on things that you might want to believe in. Whether they're true, whether they're not, it doesn't matter. Who can make it right other than you? That's why I've been telling y'all since 2009 that you need to abolish corporate greed. Corporate greed goes a long way. That's got the big G behind it, which is Gov. You got all the major platforms with news, with internet. Goes a long way, the internet. That are too big for their britches. Like one time Bell South was. They broke it up, but now it's AT&T. Right back into their original name, except it wasn't abbreviated. And now it is. We're back to AT&T, full into a minute, and having multiple billion-dollar businesses with wireless, with hardline connections, you name it. And with many, many others. If you really want to know the truth, probably Bell South and all of the cable companies are all in cahoots with the same thing. Along with now satellites. That's why I say corporate greed. I think once the company gets so much money, I think they ought to be broken up to where they can only make so much money. Especially when they try to do the things that they've done to our country in the last 15 years. Broken up to where they can't make any more capital and they can only make enough money to pay for their employees and their benefits. But that's never going to happen because they want to make more and more money so they can get less of more and more people. That's the way it's shaping up. So for my cold dead hands, and I damn well mean it, abolish corporate government for your freedoms. Much love to y'all. Y'all have a good evening. Thank you for watching. And come again, will you? Thank you very much. Good night now, you hear?